Hello my lovely YouTubers! So in this video I am going to show you one way in which to store your Catasetum type orchids for the winter. Obviously this one has gone completely dormant. This is my Monierara Millennium Magic Witchcraft. Say that 5 times fast. And I'm sorry about the noise if you guys can hear that. I obviously can hear it, but that brrr is my heater. This is my solution for the winter time. I completely covered my screened-in porch with drop cloth plastic like you'd use for painting. I just stapled it. So, or rather my husband stapled it. He was the one that built me this little temporary greenhouse because I don't actually have a greenhouse. You guys probably know that already. I know it probably looks like a scene from Dexter in here. It just needs some blood splatter right there behind me and then it'll be perfect. The one way in which you can store your Catasetum orchids for the wintertime is to store them similar to tulips. So you can unpot them and cut off all of the roots, which is a controversial subject, but I'm going to do it for you guys and then give you an update on the orchid whenever it comes out of dormancy. Monierara is nice because it's one of those that doesn't stay dormant for very long. Length of dormancy depends on each particular plant. There's no set amount of time for dormancy. It depends on a multitude of different factors. So don't think that each Catasetum has a set winter rest. They all go through different winter rests. Plant to plant, environment to environment, so on and so forth. So that's how I'm going to store this Catasetum type. I am going to cut off all of the roots and store it exactly like a tulip. You can keep it in your garage, in a box, a hole in the ground, however you want to store your Catasetum for the winter time. You know, it doesn't really matter. Make sure that your garage doesn't freeze though. It's imperative that you don't let these guys freeze because they can't take cold temperatures like freezing. So anyways, enough talking. Let's see if we can unpot this guy from his little black box of tightness. Un momento. Okay, so I literally just stuck my thumb through there and yanked the little guy out. And as you can see, very, very root bound. And none of these are viable. And, you know, you can have an orchid that has viable roots, Catasetum types. Sometimes they can have residual roots left over, but I don't think that they're as efficient at taking up water as the new roots from the new growth is going to be. So, you know, that's why I decided to, I decided this year I was going to store some like tulips because it's just easier. I stored some this way last year and they did just fine, flowered normally, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I have a razor that I'm going to cut the roots off with. I sterilized it with isopropyl alcohol, and yeah, I'm just going to go to town on these roots. Alrighty guys, I'm back, and this is my finished product. Look how compact, I feel like an infomercial. Look how compact it is for storage. Fits underneath a bed. I just love Catasetums for this exact reason. They are so easy in the wintertime to care for. Just make sure you label each plant. I decided to tape with painter's tape the label to the oldest back bulb, just in case it decides to sprout a keiki from the newest growth along here. So I just taped it to the oldest growth. And now it is ready for storage. You can see that I cut all of the roots off and it looks great. Lots of sphagnum moss in there, and there was even like a ball of this really wet stuff, so I'm glad that it didn't rot because I had no idea that was in there. But yeah, this little guy is ready for storage now. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little tutorial. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for more pictures and fun times. I always post blooming pictures of my orchids on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook before I make a video about them. And you can also subscribe to this channel for more cool tutorials like this one in the future. If you guys have any questions or comments, you know where to leave them. I will see you guys later.